Hello, Hasta Nakshatra. This video is for people who have their moon in the Hasta Nakshatra, which is it's 10 degrees of Virgo to 23 degrees and 20 seconds of Virgo. Just in case you didn't know, my name is Laadli. I do Vedic tarot energy spreads, and I mostly focus on moon energy because that is the most prominent placement in Vedic astrology. And basically nakshatras are divisions of energy, more specifically focused, because the zodiac itself is 13 different constellations, and within nakshatras there are 27 of them. So it's that chart of 13 divided into 3 segments of energy each. So this is basically the second segment that has Virgo in it. So very pure Virgo energy, ruled by the moon. So, you know, kind of emotional, kind of almost Cancer-y energy there. So Hasta, let's go ahead and see what's going on for you. I really love this spread. It feels very good. Hasta is all about, you know, purity of thought. It's a well-intentioned nakshatra, you know, of course, if it's evolved, if, you know, you've done the work to, you know, really analyze yourself and who you are, then there is a lot of power here. In general, I feel like this reading with these cards, December has been a good month for you. You know, it feels very right. Like, you're Hasta and you do the right thing. And that's like kind of the energy there, right? Alright, so let's look into this. Justice. As I said before, doing the right thing, purity of thought, purity of intention. Alright, there we go. So that's very on brand for you. And then what we have next is death in reverse. So death is about cycles, and being in reverse, I feel like there's some cycle that's come to an end. There's something that you have moved on from. Maybe you saw justice and you received it. So good on you. Good on you. Whatever needed to be completed there, you completed. Virgo energy in general is just very like focused, like get the job done. So I feel like something came up, but you got justice. You got the job done. You did well. The next thing we have here is, I feel like in general the energy is very giving of Hasta, right? And the 6 of Pentacles is all about giving, all about charity. So I feel like it feels very karmic here, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're doing what you were meant to do. You are fulfilling your duty as somebody who gives, as somebody who cares, and not only that, but you're living through the cycles you need to, right? You're doing the job that you need to do. Everything is getting done. It feels like you're on the right path, and you probably have been for a while. I'm happy for you. Next card we have here is the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is where things get a little iffy, I would say. I think you're doing well, but I feel like this is a case of burnout, maybe. You lost a little bit of passion there. Maybe the ideas aren't coming to you like they used to. I feel like, in general, with Virgos, right, you're always churning out the work, churning out the work, churning out the work. Very hard workers. The reason I say this loss of passion, I feel like this is even more emphasized by the, the 8 of Cups in reverse. The 8 of Cups is all about moving on, you know? To me, everything in this deck is basically about a journey, but the 8 of Cups especially is a journey about moving on, letting go, giving something everything you got, and then just realizing it doesn't work from there. It's quitting, but it's quitting having exhausted all your resources, you know, like, you really tried to set up those cups, but you had to let go. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to. And the fact that it's in reverse here, I feel like it took you a long time to let go of what you needed to. Maybe you were stuck up on this one project and it was draining all your passion, like all your energy. You were just like, I have to make this work. I have to make this work. You put everything into it, but you know what? You gave it a good shot. It's okay to let go and move on, because it looks like you've been doing what you need to. Like, you have been fulfilling your responsibilities, but trying to force a square peg into a round hole is never a good idea. Everybody just ends up getting hurt. And especially, I don't know, maybe it's based on like whatever expectations you have for yourself or who you need to be. And I feel like those expectations are imagined in a sense. I know that other people can create, you know, who you are in their mind and have a very rigid idea of that, and trying to fit into other people's idea of you is also not a vibe. Look here, you're the King of Cups. I feel like this is you, right? The King of Cups. You're a very balanced person in general. You have the authority over your feelings. You're very controlled, right? This is a guy who knows what he's doing. He controls his emotions. You know, there's that sensitivity there, but you're a controlled person. Trust that. Trust yourself. It's okay to let go. I understand commitment. I understand wanting to make something work. But at the end of the day, you will always have, you know, a well of inspiration and full cups to reach out for it. Like, you have that power. Like, don't forget your power, right? To me, this is even further emphasized by the Six of Wands. I love this card. Love, love, love this card. The Six of Wands, this is my guy. This is about coming home with your laurels. You know, really having that big win and being proud of it. I feel like you've achieved something. Sometimes quitting, knowing when to end, that's the achievement, right? There was this podcast I listened to a while ago that was, I think it was This American Life, where they were covering how certain big corporations have a quitting bonus when their researchers and developers finally reach that impasse and they're like, look, we can't do this anymore, it's not going to work, we need to abandon this project. They're rewarded for it because they found out what wasn't working, and instead of pushing it and trying to make a bad thing work, they just let it go and they start from scratch and they're like, it's okay, we tried and we're going to stop here. Now, not that I'm like about that life, I'm not much of a scientist myself, but I will say trusting your gut, letting things go, knowing when to move on, these are very important life skills. You need to know your limits, and it's okay, you know what I mean? I keep saying it's okay, but really it's okay. I'm one of those people too, right? Where it's like quitting is not an option. But quitting is always an option. Don't push yourself to the point of like ruination over some kind of imagined ideal, right? Let's see if we can get some clarity. Alright. Any clarity for the Hasta Nakshatra? Oh my god. Any clarity for the Hasta Nakshatra? Any clarity for the Hasta Nakshatra? Oh my gosh. Any clarity for the Hasta Nakshatra? Ooh, okay. Can we get one more? Okay. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Five of Swords. I will say this until I die. Don't let nobody bully you. But honestly, Hasta, I feel like you're bullying you. I mean, maybe there is somebody bullying you. Maybe there is somebody being like, get your shit together, work harder, you're not enough, blah, 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 blah. Because I feel like the whole energy here, right, is about being disappointed in yourself because you didn't, maybe you reach a goal. I feel like this is the end of the year. Maybe you had a lot of ambition there, and maybe you didn't make it all the way. Maybe you're beating yourself about it. Maybe somebody else is beating you up about it. Don't let nobody bully you, right? It's okay. It's okay not to like... It's okay not to be okay. God, that is such a classic, right? Don't beat yourself up, man. You're smart. You're a smart guy. You know, girl or guy, whatever, gender is irrelevant. Oh gosh, it's not focusing, but the Knight of Pentacles, right? The Knight of Pentacles is a determined person. He knows where he's going. He knows what he's got to do. He's responsible. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm all about the tortoise when it comes to the tortoise and the hare. It's fun to go fast, but the point of life is to go far. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. Don't beat yourself up. And the last thing we have here is literally judgment in reverse. Do not judge yourself. Whoever is judging you, don't let them judge you either. Whatever you're going through, you're doing great. You're doing amazing, sweetie, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. It's okay, right? Repeat after me. It is okay. Gosh, that's the thing about Virgo energy. Y'all are so hard on yourself. You do not need to be this hard on yourself. Take a break. Relax. Pat yourself on the back. Another year done. You survived.